Hey guys.
Hello.
Um, Today we want to talk about something very important in a marriage,
Yes,
um,
and that is
and that is
sex.
sex.
Yes.
However, we are going to talk about mismatched sexual desires in marriage, which is very
I like the way
common
you say we are going to talk about
because this is.
mismatched.
It's because when I said we were going to talk about sex, I'm sure a lot of you were going, "Yay!" Finally we're talking about sex. But we thought let's talk about something which is a reality in
Yeah,
marriage.
yeah,
Um, Being mismatched, sexually,
yeah,
is real,
yes,
and it's one of the things we've found a lot of couples go separate ways for
yes.
because that is not addressed.
Actually, it leads, when it's not managed, it leads to, a lack of intimacy,
Yeah.
sexual intimacy, and lack of sexual intimacy in marriage, leads to stuff like, being disjointed in your
Yeah, yeah,
relationship.
yeah.
It can even lead to, infidelity,
Of
in a
course.
relationship. People who are not sexually fulfilled in their marriages, you
They end
know,
up seeking that somewhere
it's
else.
that door is open,
Yeah.
for them to go
And I
outside.
think that that's one part that has been heartbreaking for us
Yeah,
because we've realized that, when people are mismatched sexually, it's not because they don't love each other.
yep,
It's not because they are not attracted to each other. It's just that, your levels are different. Others they want it like all the time, and
yeah,
then others are like, we can have it once in a while,
yeah. A
but
while can be like a long while.
it can be a long while,
For this one, for the
for the
other.
other. But I think what we've realized is what is important, guys, around this issue. When you find yourselves in that situation where you want more of it and your partner wants less, or it's the other way around, be open about it.
Yeah,
We think one of the best ways to address this is talk about it.
communication.
Have a conversation.
Yep.
Let your partner know that this is where I'm at.
Yeah,
Because what that does, it helps your partner sort of understand you better.
yeah. But also, what it does is, you see, when you make the subject of sex not to be a taboo in your
Yeah,
relationship,
yeah, yeah,
you dismantle so many walls,
yeah.
and it frees you up, to talk about it openly, and to talk about the impediments,
Yeah.
whatever struggle the other one has, and
Yes.
the other one has. So what I'm saying is, when you have an open communication about it,
Yeah.
it helps, it helps you relax about it and talk about it, so that it doesn't become this tense subject.
It also
You
makes your
know?
partner not feel neglected because
Yeah,
obviously you feel like, okay, you don't want me, you don't love me, and all of those things.
yeah,
But what is also very important in this subject is figure out when you have the most energy for it.
yeah. Especially for the one with the low
The one
libido,
with the low
sexual
sexual
libido.
libido,
Yep,
because remember we said you need to communicate about it, talk about it,
yep,
but your talking should be working towards, okay, I have a low sex drive,
yes.
but I'm better in
At a
around
certain
this
time,
time
yeah,
or around these days,
around these days, so that
because
it also helps the other person.
yeah,
You know, you see, one of the biggest challenges in this subject is around expectations.
yeah,
One, you both have different expectations. The other one feels I should have it every day, and the other one feels I should have it once a week
yeah,
or two.
yeah, yeah.
And then when you are closed up,
And
around that,
yeah, you're not
you're not
open,
open about the
yeah.
subject, then, I die with my expectations, you die with your expectations, and it leads to conflict and frustration and all
Yeah,
of that.
and eventually it can even break the marriage.
But to your point, when you what was your point again?
You agree on days that you have the
On
highest
the days
energy.
when you open yourselves up to that, when you know that, okay, I know Pindi on a
Fridays.
Tuesday, on a
Or
Tuesday
Monday,
or
yeah.
Monday, she's not, interested necessarily. Then on a Friday, maybe, you know what I mean? And then, then you can engage.
Yeah.
But it also leads to the third point, which is setting the mood.
Yes, but I think on that point, let me just clarify
okay.
as far as women are concerned.
Okay.
I think where the mismatch or the miscommunication or the misunderstanding, where women are concerned, you find that as a woman, you are a working mom, you have children when you get home, you have so many things that are expected of you, but then at the same time you also need to be a pro on the other side. So what gets important is for you, for example, if you know that, for men to understand that if you've been working the whole day at work,
tired,
and then you get home,
yeah,
you need to cook, and you get home, you need to take care of the kids, and all of those things that are expected from mostly women. Not saying men don't do house chores, but sometimes it becomes a bit of a challenge when, with all of that, you had a long day,
now you have
and
to
then
be ready.
on the other side you're expected to also excel.
Yeah.
Perhaps men need to be a little bit understanding, of everything that we as women need to do, and maybe consider on days that we have less of that,
Yeah.
so that we can avail ourselves even
But
more.
also, one of the things is to be involved and be connected.
Or
with one
maybe
another.
for men to lessen the load.
Yes, to lessen the load, wash dishes if you don't have a helper. In other words, help her at home so that the load is a lot more lower. I was talking about setting the mood.
Yes.
And that's part of that.
Yeah.
Set the mood. We don't just want to jump into it.
Yeah.
As well, because for some people that is off-putting. As well. And then I think the other issue would be also to engage in non-sexual activities.
Oh yes. Because it's not about
penetration,
yes.
and and all of that. But being affectionate and
yeah. And I think with setting the mood, and not sex being about penetration, it also speaks into that, to say, let it not be a bedroom thing.
yeah.
Try other places in the house, try other rooms in the house. So, because we also don't want this to be a bore,
No, we
you
don't.
want this to be enjoyable, you want this to be the best
that
you
can be.
could ever have.
If everything fails, guys, consider seeing a sex therapist.
Yes, as a last option. If you have tried everything and it doesn't work, then you need to seek help.
I think that would help you a great deal.